The finance minister, in his pre-budget discussion, made it clear that he's walking a tightrope where the state has to manage revenues and meet its expenditure, which has been spiraling over many years. Curtailing existing expenditure is an unlikely course of action. Tax revisions are likely but unpopular. But what is clear is that public sector is low on money. However, the good news is that private sectors do have good money. What the forthcoming budget should do, therefore, is signal the private and willing players that the state is investment ready. For starters, the state needs to consider stepping out from running major loss making public sector units and building that investors' confidence. It also needs to boost innovations and investments in key sectors like health and education. Last year, the budget had firmly established its transition to knowledge-based economy, which is an economy that creates, consumes, and disseminates knowledge to enhance growth and development in the state. While the state budget had proposed a slew of schemes on improving competency of human resources, what received little attention was the importance of creating institutional structures that would ensure that ecosystem of fostering knowledge economy. By institutional structures, I mean the laws, the rules, the regulations, and social arrangements which provide economic incentives for individuals and organizations. The term knowledge economy should conjure up the image of Silicon Valley, which is located amidst the intellectual hub of San Francisco, overseeing great academic centers like Stanford's, Berkeley, etc. And there is also an adjoining presence of venture capital firms, which makes it a very symbiotic relation between the industry and academia. Across the globe, we see these examples where there is world-class universities, excellent venture capital and seed capitals, rule of law, and market competition. This presents a guiding principle for Kerala to follow, and in recognizing how and where Kerala is performing below potential. The state needs to give educational institutions the academic and financial autonomy in order to truly develop a world-class universities and R&D facilities. This will also eventually attract the venture capital firms, thereby forming a good entrepreneurial ecosystem. Knowledge economy does not necessarily need to have state investments. It only requires state to facilitate willing players to develop knowledge economy, by breaking down certain rigidities that are there in the system. And we hope that the forthcoming budget sees these elements being discussed extensively. And we're also hoping that some of these aspects are worked upon going forward.